Engines online.
Neuralink established.
These have the same kind of look as the Jaeger, don't they?
Yeah.
I just picture in my mind what the Jaeger looks like. This looks very similar to the Jaeger.
Yeah. Well, that's what I said, you know, you can get away with that to some degree.
Yeah.
Like all these bodies and stuff, but the Doomslayer needs his own Doom mech. It should be as ridiculous as him.
Yeah.
Like, it should be bulky and yet still move really fast.
Yeah, just stand here and take it, demon. I do like all the destructible stuff, though.
And all the people fighting on those bridges that you keep knocking over.
Hey.
The energy relay is under attack.
If that core explodes, the city goes with it.
And then we get rid of all the demons that are invading. So let's make it happen.
Yeah. Although I will say, I don't think the kicking with the leg is practical.
Not long. The reactor has sustained heavy damage.
5 minutes.
What are y'all shooting at? Humans are shooting at nothing. Quit that. Oh, I can't. What the heck?
Why are they shooting?
I don't know.
They've been doing nothing but energy attacks since you got here.
There's not a lot to the mech combat, but I like it. I know why. I can see why people say that they didn't like it and that it got repetitive. But it feels nice.
Well, it
whenever
feels
you
like
can...
there should be more to it here.
Yeah.
Like, he has a plasma gun for some reason. Granted, they're just gigantic and useless, but... Hi, Gypsy Senior!
Incoming.
What caliber of bullets does this gun use?
I don't know, why are there even bullets? It should be some kind of Argent energy.
Like, look at that. Oh wait, this is how they can excuse not getting the chain gun in the main game. Or in the regular.
Glowy ball!
That core will explode. He needs to evacuate now.
He needs to?
He's trying to save the city. Slayer, there's a strip mine nearby. I'll mark it for you.
Are they just talking about me like I'm not even here?
Pretty much.
I feel like whenever they land, they should be making a bit more of an impact, because these are huge demons.
Yeah. I think that might be part of the disappointment too, is it doesn't feel big.
Yeah.
Yes, you're walking around and crashing through stuff, but you're not seeing actual demon battles down there. You're seeing Call of Duty style machine gun battles.
Yeah.
There's like tanks shooting down there right now.
Sorry, I really like destroying everything here. And another thing to add on the music, you can tell it's not Mick Gordon doing it.
Yeah.
Because he has that certain sound to his music, but it's not terrible.
It's not, but it is extraordinarily repetitive.
Yeah.
Like that last bit was. That is really just almost annoying after a while.
It's like Doom 2016 has, recognizable music, BFG Division, and then Doom Eternal's The Only Thing They Fear Is You. I don't think this one has one that people have assigned to this game in particular.
Yeah. Well, I'll never forget the one that goes that we heard earlier.
Yeah.
Or that we were just listening to.
Well, there were people that weren't going to buy the game just because it wasn't Mick Gordon doing the music, which I think is a bit extreme.
Well, maybe, but they kind of did him wrong. So.
They did.
It's like...
It's treated horribly.
Yeah.
The transdimensional barrier is offline. Demonic activity is surging. The Creed has requested an immediate report.
Return to the Sentinel barracks.
I did as you asked. Now please, let her soul be at peace.
And the heart of Argent
Is sealed in a chamber. I told you, I cannot open it. No one can.
I can.
Yeah. Well, I'm just thinking, isn't that one of them priest dudes that you had to kill in the other game?
Probably.
So are they already betraying everybody?
Yeah.
That didn't take long.
No. And we don't know how long before 2016 and Eternal this game takes place. I don't think.
5 minutes.
A distress signal was sent. We've tried contacting them. No response.
I sealed it from him, but it is an artifact of immense power. Forgive me.
They're inside!
The Heart of Argent, discovered in AR-722. An artifact said to contain the soul of the last Wraith. Powers and origin unknown.
Assemble the guard.
Oh, you're not gonna like the BFG in this game. It's, well, BFC. And it's not for big effing crossbow. Bioforce crossbow.
Eh.
I don't know why they did it like that. No one really does. Everyone's just kind of like common consensus here, just to call it the big effing crossbow.
Yeah.
Because Bioforce crossbow is stupid. I'm sorry.
Well, that's a reference to that stupid movie.
Yeah.
It's amusing and stuff, but it's not Doom.
No.
It's not even Doom 3. It's Left for Doom.
Yeah. Everyone was real excited to use this gun whenever that first trailer for this came out and they used it in there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool.
Yeah. I think that's the idea. That's why everybody wanted to try it. The thing is, you cannot write out the amount of importance to player ingenuity.
Yeah.
Give a player a creative gun and they will find ways to use it. Tell them how to use it and they won't.
Yeah.
I'm still thinking about the stupid crossbow.
Yeah.
The Cruciformus, the Argent Driver.
Yeah. It doesn't even have to be like have the word crossbow in it, I guess.
No, that's my point.
Oh, a life sigil I can't use. Yay! That does annoy me. Just because I can't pick them up and they're on the map.
Why would they be rail spikes, though? That's a railroad thing. Just make it spikes, period.
Yeah. I really like this one because you can pin some of them to the wall.
Yeah. It's a crossbow. The crossbow in Half-Life, you could do that in the single player.
Oh. The first one?
The second one, it uses rebar. And so you can nail people to the wall with rebar. The first one is supposed to be a tranquilizer gun, so it's not necessarily doing that.
Yeah.
And in the multiplayer, it just fires explosive bolts. Big part of what they were doing in Half-Life 2, where you could nail people to the wall with it, was the physics and the ragdolling. It was kind of a new, relatively speaking, new thing at the time.
For like gaming and stuff?
Yeah. It existed, but it wasn't necessarily implemented very well, and they had basically the best engine for it. And they focused on implementing it in the most entertaining way.
I still haven't played Half-Life 1 or 2.
Yeah. I'll say I want to go back and play, you know, all the whole franchise or whatever, but debating how to go about doing it.
Yeah.
Because we could theoretically do it with co-op stuff using synergy and like the maps from the different games. Like, you know, Black Mesa Source and that sort of thing, as well as Half-Life 2 and subsequent titles.
Yeah. I played a little bit of Half-Life 1, but I didn't play much of it.
Yeah. That's one of my big frustrations is the mod cat life for it. We never have gotten that done. It was not my project originally. It came from Friendly Garg's site, and I chose to keep it up when I probably shouldn't have.
Yeah.
And we just don't have the team to work on it. And I could do it myself, but it would take me a while. And I would have to not focus on other things, and I've got way much to worry about right now.
This attack on the barracks is a diversion.
I wonder how much story we've missed while we haven't been paying attention.
Yeah. Well, it's okay for me. I've already played through this. This was one they showed off for QuakeCon?
Probably.
And their gameplay.
Yeah. Haven't had as many exclusives at QuakeCon recently.
Yeah.
They've been using like the same demos at their other presentations, and you've seen them for the most part by the time they get to QuakeCon.
Although
they did have an exclusive. I just don't remember if it was this part or not.
God, would you die?
Nah.
Please? These are tougher enemies, but that's because they're like upgrade ammo and stuff there, finally. Yeah, people were saying that this is the weakest of the like new Doom games, and I can see.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. Like, I don't have a whole lot to say right now, and this doesn't really feel Doom.
Yeah. No, I want this one. Yeah.
I do make it sound like I'm really like aggravated with the game. That's not it. It's just it feels off.
Yeah. Well, they were really pushing to try and do something different with this one.
They shouldn't have made it a Doom game then.
Yeah, I really wanted
made
to
it Doom adjacent. Make it somebody who's not the Slayer, so that you have reason for limitation.
Yeah.
Let them see the Slayer get dropped in and start going ham on stuff off in the distance. Just remember that you still have to put out a Doom game at some point.
Yeah.
Because people aren't going to be okay with Doom adjacent.
Oh, come back. Okay.
I heard a whoop whoop.
Yeah, I need health. I don't think that hit.
It didn't look like it. Looked like it somehow teleported.
Yeah. Yeah, and I saw some people saying that some of these demons don't look like demons.
Yeah. It's because they don't. They look more like Maker technology.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Which I know they're trying to tie some of that stuff together, but we're not actually at that point in the game yet.
Yeah. There. Whoa.
Aviary unlocked. Clear the Slayer's launch pad.
Chapter complete.
Yeah. I think I'll do one more for this. Oh, I did get all of the challenges. All right. Holy City of Artem.
In theory, you should pretty much, just by playing the game, be able to get most challenges.
Yeah. They're not even that hard in this.
Yeah.
So like I said, I basically got every achievement and unlocked everything my first playthrough. Like without having to go back a whole bunch and look.
Thrusters online.
Slayer fought Surratt. I don't remember where, but I think that's in the lore of whenever you get the codex for the dragon. And he added all this stuff to him to basically keep him alive.
Yeah.
Yeah. And people didn't really like the dragon sections, and I get it. I do.
Yeah.
They're not my favorite either.
Well, again, it's not really Doom.
Yeah. I think they were trying too much to do a cool thing. Like,
Yeah.
make them cooler by giving them a dragon with turrets on it.
Yeah, but you need to be able to, like, do, like, horrible things to enemy dragons and monsters.
Yeah.
Besides just shoot them with a turret.
And dodge like this. Although I do like the little gore kills that you can do with the dragon.
Yeah. But that's straight out of Godzilla 2014.
Novik, the Slayer is en route.
Assault mode engaged.
Those ships are powering the force field around the main cathedral.
Well, assault mode's done. Back to normal.
The coordinates to the artifact are inside the city.
Well, we gotta open the door before we can go in the city.
Yeah.
Thank goodness my jet fighter can dodge.
Yeah. No. Oh my god. Yeah, this is a cyber demon.
Why?
Because reasons.
He hasn't UFC'd yet. And he's dead. They used to be actually threatening.
Yeah.
I still like the one from Doom 3 just because of the sheer mass of the damn thing.
Yeah.
Was taking kind of sort of the cyber demon from these games and combining it with one of those titans. Yeah, that wasn't a good game. Not a good Doom game anyway.
Yeah. More of a survival horror.
That's what they were going for, yeah.
Except once you get all the guns, the horror part kind of disappears and it's just a survival game.
Yeah. Well, they use some of their better moments too. If you're doing survival horror, you can't be going into a bathroom and hearing whispering voices from one of the stalls.
Yeah.
And finding nothing and then turning around and walking by the mirror and having a hallucination in the mirror. Or walking into an area where there's a baby crying sound.
Yeah.
And then little baby things with mosquito wings come out.
It was just a weird choice to make Doom a survival horror game.
Yeah, it just, again, they were wanting to try and do that for some reason, but that shouldn't have been a Doom game.
Yeah. Like, I can appreciate them wanting to try something different to, you know, break up the formula a bit, but there's better ways to do it than, like, with this. Like, this had a lot of promise.
Yeah.
And it's not... It's not... It's not terrible. I don't hate this game. I had a lot of fun playing through it on my first playthrough.
Well, and that's what I say. It doesn't look bad per se.
Yeah.
It just doesn't really. It's not really Doom.
Yeah.
It is, and it's not at the same time, which is a hard thing to pull off. It seems like at moments, like it really nails it, and then it just kind of falls apart.
Yeah.
Moments that should have been these awesome set pieces are turned into opening a door for the jet dragon, waiting on Gypsy Senior to show up and help you out.
Yeah. And you know what the biggest shame of this whole thing is? I spent $108 on this game. Because I thought it would be a good idea to buy the pre-purchased the premium edition, because I had high hopes for this game. And it's not bad, it's just not nearly worth $108. No game is worth that much. I mean, I got this cool skin with it.
Well, on that point, all I can tell you is I've long since sworn off any kind of a pre-order on anything.
I have to. I'm not going to do this again. This
isn't terrible here. This is at least a decent enough game, you know.
Yeah.
You're gonna have fun with this, but there are some games that have come out that have been absolutely horrible.
It's more $40. Good price for this game, I think.
Yeah.
But base game alone is $70.
Yeah, that's
which
too much.
70 is too much for like anything. Yeah.
Yeah. He has bullets above his head.
Yeah.
That's what that icon means. Yeah, I've hit a point where there are so few like truly good games coming out right now.
Yeah.
It's definitely worth waiting on them for a bit and letting prices come down and seeing what people experience, you know, when they play it in reviews and stuff. You can't even trust a lot of that.
Yeah, a lot of it is better to get it for yourself, but wait for it to be lower priced.
Yeah, pretty much. Or you're gonna get disappointed and have spent way more money than you should have.
There, finally, good grief.
If they're worried about it, they need to start listening to what fans tell them.
Yeah. You know the character Guts? Doomslayer in this game looks a lot like Guts.
Yeah.
For some reason, which I have a problem with, for one thing, because this is a prequel to 2016, and in Eternal he looks like Doom 1 Slayer. So what happened? Did he get facial reconstruction a few times? Because
probably
he should look like Doom 1 guy.
If they put him in a leash.
Yeah.
And that explains everything.
There we go.
A lot of it is, when it comes to like appearance and things like that, a lot of that comes from changes to the engine they're using, changes to the rendering technologies, stuff like that. And sometimes they make things that they maybe ought not to.
Yeah.
They make changes that aren't really needed, but they want to take advantage of the cool new thing, like path tracing.
I haven't even heard of games using that yet.
Path tracing.
I don't know, I feel like his face looking different from Doom 1 like contradicts the lore and stuff.
Yeah.
Because it should look like Doom 1 Slayer, but it doesn't, and that just bothered me. It's not a huge thing, but it is.
Yeah, largely that's the thing. It's like I was saying about the Hell Knights earlier. They're pale for some reason. They look sick.
Yeah.
Like ill. Not sick as in good. Sick as in they need to go and drink some vitamin C supplements and get a few like antibiotics in their system.
Yeah.
And that's because of, you know, changes to the engine. They're trying to make them look a little different, yes, but a lot of it is there's different levels of increased fidelity, and now they've got this type of shading they can mix in that allows you to see more realistic skin textures, etc., etc. And it kind of sucks the life out of it.
Yeah.
You got the purple ball shooter.
Yeah.
And there's the blue ball shooter.
What are you? Destroyed.
Just a floating piece of pottery, apparently.
Yeah. Oh wait, I think I get the super shotgun here.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember.
Congratulations!
The music definitely sounds different now.
Yeah.
Just ride him now.
Yeah.
You don't have to do that. Just take one for yourself.
There it is.
Okie dokie.
Okie dokie.
Why is it so much shorter?
Oh. I didn't even notice that my first time through. I was just like, yay, super shotgun.
Yeah.
So slow to reload.
Well, the thing is, I think the other one is supposed to be in wherever it is you get it. Like it's supposed to be the one from the original that was like in Doom Eternal, you get it back, so to speak.
Yeah.
I think that's what they were going for. I hope.
Upgrading. Oh yeah, this is the end of the level here.
Why did they look like that if they're supposed to be pinkies?
I don't. They wanted. I don't know. Wait, come on, I want a pet. Mancubus. No. Okay. They'll just follow you around and they're basically like a pet. You remove their arms. But they die too quickly. Ow, ow.
It occurs to me we're not seeing certain types of demons yet, too.
Yeah.
Like that guy.
Which one was he?
The Revenant.
Oh.
They may be introduced later. It just occurred to me that there are certain types we're not seeing here.
Yeah.
Presumably, they don't exist yet, or something, except they did in the original Doom.
Hold on, it's like late. I'm trying to remember what a Revenant is. Oh wait, no, never mind. I just remembered. Yeah. They look like Skeletor in this game.
The end.
Ignite the charges.
The end.
Congratulations!
Well, thanks, Mario. Alright, I'll get through that and getting this and watch a cutscene and I'll think be enough for today.
The ships are refueling, sire. We should be ready to leave as soon as the cruisers are done loading.
Very good. Get to your ship. I thought you left for the command station. Everyone is evacuating.
So you are holding on to it.
Until we get to the location. A new vault is being built.
Then let the Slayer guard it.
If what they say is true, then this is a part of our heritage, not the Makers. Valen, are you seeing anything?
No sign of activity, sir. Maybe he didn't survive.
Demonic threat level increasing.
Should we launch the Slayer now? The Sentinels will be overrun.
And what about us?
Slayer movement detected.
Turn it off before he kills us all!
It would appear that the Slayer no longer wishes to be detained here.
Shield power down to 35%.
Should we terminate his life functions?
And destroy the Conmaker's prized possession.
34.
So long as he has that tether on him.
33.
We can still have a hand in his fate.
32.
Sound the alarm! Prepare for battle!
King Novik, there is an urgent call from the Creedmaker.
Lord Novik, a large horde is headed toward your position. We are launching the Slayer now. Please send forces immediately to ensure our safety.
Thank you, Bishop Creed.
By the gods.
Engaging deflector shield.
Lord Novick, it's a massive
force. 3 legions worth.
The hangar is blockaded, sire. No one can get in or out.
You see, the technology here is different from that lab.
Yeah.
It's like I say, the best I can do is maybe that had something to do with Samur, you know.
Yeah.
And that he shaped the UAC to match that lab. But it's a bit of a stretch, and we shouldn't have to make up the story for them.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're better off just doing something original and not trying to explain it all. Well, that's not good.
Come on, guys. Yeah, there may have been in the codex for that place or something. I don't know. Like, explain it.
Yeah. Well, that's why I say it's just the best that I can do, you know, as far as a reason for it to have had UAC style key cards and stuff.
Yeah. But
realistically, it was reused assets, is what it was.
Yeah. But anyway, I think this is a good place to leave off. Till next time. I got through 6 levels.
Yeah, plowing through it awful fast here.
In like 2016 and Eternal, 6 levels is half the game.
Yeah.